Welcome back. We are just about to start turn 37 on March 2nd, 1944. I have brought in my 4th Division. I have set them up just out of fire range of all of those positions. And here's the thing. You may call it cheating. I call it just taking advantage of the rules that aren't there. So it says, again, to go into reserve, a unit must not be in a Japanese field of fire at the end of an action phase. If it is not, simply pick up the unit and place it in the USMC reserve display. That is what I did with the entire 3rd Division. Well, minus the 3rd Regiment of the 3rd Division that hasn't come on the board yet. Took them out. Boom. They were off the board. Then, the very next point, it says to come out of reserve, you take the units out of the reserve display during any US HQ phase. I have pre-done that before the video started. It is the start of the turn. It is my HQ phase, so I put them all on the board. Place them in hexes that are in communication. Yep. Not an enemy field of fire. Nope. This location must also be within 6 hexes of another regiment HQ from the same division. So here's where, if you do it my way and you take out the entire division, this rule cannot happen. And I had this happen when I removed the 4th Division. Well, no, because this is the first time I've actually brought them in. Yeah, so the 3rd Division landed and they rolled. This is the first time I have had an entire division off and then brought them in. Must be in 6 hexes of another regiment HQ from the same division. There were 0 units at all from the 4th Division out there. So I don't think the creator of the game contemplated that strategy when he came up with these rules. So it's something that will have to be addressed, because obviously I was able to do what I did and take them off and gain those entire, gain all those extra points. That's, I think, a sound strategy for making sure that you have healthy units going into the end game. So that said, since I cannot do the within 6 of the same division, they're all within, if you pick one, let's say, that guy right there, he's a regimental HQ. Well, no, he's a battalion HQ. I don't even have regimental HQs on the board. I put them here, here, and here on the front lines so they can continue to I can keep them in the same spot as they move along, and they can gain reach. But yeah, I mean, they weren't off. They were off the board, so they come back in. Where do you what's the rule? Where are you allowed to put them? So I put them right back in where I took the 3rd Division off. I think it's a sound strategy. I don't know if in reality it would be possible, but there you go. I've done it. So that said, we are going to anything else with the because I haven't done my replacement. It's the morning. Woohoo! It's the morning. We get fresh people. I haven't done my I haven't moved my HQs up. So these guys go here, and that is the 26th, 27th, and 28th. I honestly don't remember if I moved those during the night phase. I have a feeling I didn't, but I don't know for sure, and I'm not going to go back and look at video to figure it out. I'm just going to leave them there. I mean, quite honestly, they're getting far back anyway. It might be time to pick 1 or 2 of them up and move them forward. It might be too premature, but anyway. All right, so let's do my replacement points down here. Now these guys are starting to get thin. So if I can survive long enough to take the black position, then it might be time then to pull these guys off. I don't know. Alright, so that HQ is going to get healed, and the guy underneath him is going to get healed, so that I can full strength smack that tank. So that's 2 points. Those guys are full strength. Those guys are good. Get around the camera here. That headquarters needs to be healed. That is 1 point. That headquarters needs to be healed. That is 2 points. And my injured, or my poor deceased hero under there, that is 3 more points. Unfortunately, I can't heal the hero. He's gone. There's a step loss. That's another point. And you know what? Okay, I forgot about what the NCO can do. He can remove disruption on 2 units around him. So this is going to be perfect. And I didn't even think about this when I first came on the board. That's where you take your artillery. Actually, no, because artillery hit, he can't remove disruption from other units until the end of the action phase. But what if he took the artillery? Alright, you know, backing up to last turn. So he took the artillery. The NCO can remove disruption at any time during any phase. So let's say he took the artillery in the last turn, and then right afterwards he got undisrupted. Hey, that's a strategy. Should have been using that earlier. Let's see. That might be it. That would be a good thing if that's it. I thought I had a lot more injured units. And I was getting worried. Oh, there's a guy. There's a guy. Seems like I had more than one guy that was down to 2 steps. That's another point. She puts me down at 22. But maybe it was just that one guy. I think the other guys were in the 3rd division that were down to 2 steps. So, yeah. Alright. So that's everybody but the one guy that's back to full health. But I am down to 22 reserve points. So I have to watch it. I have to hope that I can make some headway on that black position. This black position has got to at least be moved on and disrupted by the end of March 2nd. Because otherwise I'm going to have too many hits. I need to be able to knock them out and then hopefully not have any more reserves that can come out and just, you know, have a free area down here to let that 5th division pull off, and I'll bring the 3rd division back in after they've healed up a little bit. I don't know. It's tricky. It's very tricky. But let's see. Do I have any more areas that I can garrison? I don't think. I mean, technically, yeah. Now I've got this that can be garrisoned. That's not a garrison marker. That's a garrison marker. Alright, garrison, I guess, on top of artillery destroyed. Alright, now I can't remember. I'm going to have to look for it real quick. I don't actually hold that, but do I control it so that, well, no, it's in field of fire. Never mind, it's in black field of fire. I can't garrison that anyway. I've removed, if you haven't figured it out, I've removed a lot of garrison markers from behind the line just because they clutter up the board and I run out of them. So I don't figure I need them. Yeah, it looks to be it. I mean, these are garrisoned here, Yeah. Now, it's nice because I think these, well, I guess this is still in communication for somebody to roll back to. So it might be something when I smack this guy, I'll move this guy down here first. And then he can't, well, no. I don't know, move him and then move him. And then he can't retreat if I hit the tank first. I don't know. I'll have to game that a little bit and see if I can't make sure I'm cutting off communication to the point that this guy I might be able to remove him from the board. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's make sure that HQ phase, we don't have anything else. I don't think we do. Done our replacements. There's not a whole lot of garrisons that can happen. We transferred last turn. Oh yeah, I can flip command posts. So these guys that I just brought on the board, they're gonna flip. So I'll put 23 down there, 24 down there, and 25 up here. Now I've got tanks strategically placed. I've got them on roads because I figured they would have been able to take roads, but I've got them, you know, spread out a little bit more so that I can use them to barrage as I uncover. So whereas I had all my tanks up here from the 3rd Division, I've got like some tanks under here, some tanks under here, and then the other ones are, I think, right here. So they're dispersed throughout, and hopefully they will, I'll be able to use them wherever I am. So then I put their markers up on the command post range, up there. So they're at 2 range. All right, so now we're ready for the first event phase. All right, event phase. Japanese reinforcements. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, when do I do culling? Is it during, after? So this matters because if I cull before the event phase, then I will have a Japanese reinforcement. If I cull after the event phase, then I don't have any reinforcements. So hang on a sec while I check culling. Where are you? I lost it. Shoot, where is it? Japanese units, rejuvenation, culling, page 31. 48-page rule book. You lose things. Alright, culling unit depth markers during the first event phase of each AM game turn. Well, during. Does that mean, is that before or after? Because it matters. If I have nothing in the reserve pool and I get this event, does it take place? You know, I'm at game turn 37, and for there to be so many things that make me go, at this late in the game, it's beyond me. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. I think I'm gonna go. I don't know. I'm gonna do it by chance. All right, here we go. I'm gonna take. Nope, that's not bad. All right, I'm gonna take this. Nope, that's not good either. I need something that has one side. Okay, this one. Okay. All right. Everything I was grabbing had the same thing on both sides. All right, so I got my little Japanese hero marker here that I haven't used. I honestly don't know when it would come into play. It's probably an event. I'm going to flip it. If it lands with the dude up, then they get a replacement. Then I do the culling first. If it lands with the sun up, then I don't. Fair enough? Fair enough. Here we go. All right, dude up. So he gets a replacement unit. Alright, had to pause. My son came in and he needed the computer. Anyway, I have culled. I got rid of 2 depth markers, threw 2 in the cup, threw 2 away. Well, not away, but threw them in my defeated units cup. I took my 3 units and I took 1. He was out of the game. The other guy went up in the reserve up there, and then the other guy who didn't have a partner stays in the elite unit box. So we're ready to go. So that said, now this Japanese reinforcements event occurs. And so this guy comes in, and he is going to go, it looks like right here, because you go with the, I've got this one, and that yellow one up there, and this red one here are the closest to my units. This one's the lowest number, so it will go there first. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get down here and cut these off. They came along the rocks and jumped in there and went, ha-ha, yeah, and now they're going to hit me. So, if I draw a red, we'll see. So, yeah, so that event happened. He doesn't, the Japanese reserves event doesn't say he gets a depth, so he comes in alone. So we're ready for the Japanese fire phase. Look at that, and it is a red, and it is a reinforce and fire, but it's a black first. So can a black position do that? No. So what is, okay, so the black position is going to fire regardless, but if it can't do the letter action, I think that means that the color still does it. If the black can do the letter action, then the color doesn't do any action. So I almost wish that it could, but I mean, it can do, well, here's the thing. I don't know. Here's the R actions. It can't resupply, but it can fire. It's not going to redeploy. It's, you know, it's not going to reinforce either. But I mean, technically, even though it can't gain a depth marker, it would place 1 depth marker and fire. So I don't know. Yeah. Let me see. Lettered actions. Japanese lettered actions. Action procedure. Page 35. Brief position. Black positions are a special case. There are no specific black colors to associate a lettered action with. Instead, one of the 3 fire colors on the card may have a black line above it. In this case, should a black position be within 2 hexes of a position of that color, okay, it conducts a lettered action indicated by the other position's color. And the original position does nothing. Oh, see, I got that wrong. I think I have interpreted it before when that black line has come up that if black can do the action, then that color doesn't do anything. So none of those red positions would. But it's just if a black position is within 2 hexes of a certain color, it does the action. That position, the original position, does nothing. Oops. But all the other ones would. So basically what it's saying is that these guys will do the R action, whereas this guy will not, and he will do nothing, which means that he won't lose his disruption. But that red guy will still do an action, and this red guy will still do an action. That makes more sense. Because if you know, like right now, I mean, that would benefit me quite a bit if I could avoid those 2 from doing an action, because black would do it. So, alright, that makes sense. So that's what we'll do. Congratulations, Japanese. I'm finally doing something in your favor. Alright, so first the black. Resupply and fire. There's a fortification there. Oops, I didn't see that. But he can't resupply anyway because there's nothing in the reserve. So that fort still remains untouched. Place 1 depth marker and fire. I can't place a depth marker if I don't have a unit there. As far as I know, the only time in the game a place can have a depth marker with no unit is this cave. These caves. It's the only time it says place a depth marker without a unit. So, So he's just going to fire. And it is a diamond. Do I have anything in diamonds? That is a triangle. There's a diamond. So that guy, oh, that's my hero unit. My poor dead heroes unit. Alright. So he takes a hit. There's another diamond. Shoot. And here I was all ready to move in on that black position, and my guys are getting hit. Well, I guess it's going to happen. I mean, what can you do? Alright, so he gets hit, and I think those might be the only places where I am in steady field of fire of black right now, currently. Oops. How is it that I'm so successful in tiddlywinking these things every time? I touch it and it goes poof. Yeah, oh, well, no, these guys are covered by the purple, so they're not, oh, they are in black, but there's no diamond there. Alright, so that's the black. Now the red. Red would resupply, place a depth marker, and then fire. So, okay, this is not in field of fire, so that actually doesn't happen there. But unfortunately, it does happen with that new unit that just popped in. That really sucks. Because now he's going to nail these guys. Oh, but wait a minute. They are not intense field of fire. Ha! And I don't have a diamond. Sweet! So they don't take a hit. Fantastic. It's still a a too strong unit now. Ooh, that really sucked. Getting that unit there. Okay, so what about the other guy? The red guy up there, nothing's in his, it's occupied, and there's nothing in its field of fire, so it would redeploy, but there's nowhere for it to redeploy to. So that doesn't happen. And then reinforce, there's no reserve units, so there's no reserve units to place here or anywhere else up there where I would have a red that could come in. So that's the red action, that's the black action. Blue is just a straight fire. I don't have any blue positions that can fire. So that doesn't happen. And then M, green is machine gun. So they lose their disruption and they lose their disruption. That's a green position up there that can machine gun. So it would produce steady fire out to the units I just brought in. What do you want to bet this officer is a diamond? Oh, that's right, he's a HQ, but the guy underneath him is a diamond. Here's the thing. I'm not going to put a disruption marker on him. I'm just going to hit him because my officer will get rid of that. No diamonds there. I bet you there's a diamond here. No, there's not. Okay. And that's it. Okay, so just the one unit gets hit from that. That could have been a lot worse, and it was underneath the officer, so he doesn't get disrupted, so I can keep moving him in. Alright, so, hold up. No, never mind, he doesn't get hit, because that is a artillery position. Oh, no, that's the A unit. That's the A action. The M action is just occupied with no units in field of fire. Okay, well, hold up. I don't know. Would I have done the machine gun fire with this? Because technically, it didn't have units in field of fire, so it would do the mortar instead. Either way, the guy gets hit. So either way, it doesn't matter. He's within 3 hexes, so that happens. And then muster, I have no reserves in the unit, or no reserves in the unit, no units in the reserve, so that action can't happen anywhere. So that is my that is my Japanese fire phase. We'll come back for the event phase. Okay, so second event, intense fire. Again, can only use two, move two. Okay. Gonna have some new events come 3-5. It seems like they're either day 1, day 2, or the 25th or the 5th. I don't think there's anything really in between. So we've been seeing some of the same events pop up over and over again here. There is a good variety of events. But lately I've seen that intense fire a couple times recently. We've gotten obviously naval gunfire quite a bit. Yeah, ready for some new events. Maybe I'm not ready for some new events because maybe they're going to be worse. Japanese counter battery doesn't sound all that pleasant. Alright, so it's my action phase. It's time to smack this tank and get rid of him. He is in the forest or the woods or whatever that's called. And so I think that my strength is halved. Wooded, yes. U.S. attack strength halved into. So it's just like a rocky terrain. And my son came back because he brought the computer back and he had to print something, so had to pause. Otherwise we would have been listening to him and the printer going behind me. Alright, so what I want to do is I want to attack this tank, boom, blow it out, then I will control these two, then I will attack this guy, and he cannot retreat, so he will be gone. So that's what we're doing. My strength is halved going into here. So I need a total of 18 strength. Right? Because it needs to be 9 to triple it for it to die. And so halved, I need 18. So I've got 11 from here. That's 7 more. I got these guys here. That is another 5.5. So that's 6. So that makes 17. I need 1 more point. I can use a point of artillery. I don't want to use these guys because I think I need to start. It's time to move in. It's time to move in, and so I need to smack these purple positions and start to move up and move everybody else in. So yeah, so that is 11 with the weapons. It needs a radio and a bazooka, which those units have. These guys, same thing. 17 and then 1 point of artillery will bring me to 18. Mark that off over here. And then he's gone. Boom. Dead tank. Brilliant. I now control this and this because of strength. This guy needs bazooka mortar. He needs to be same thing. He needs he needs triple, so he needs 18 strength. So I don't know that I can get that the way I want to. Shoot. So that's going to be 8 strength next to. I got tanks back here. They could help. Is tank strength? Yeah, I think it's all. Let's see. The only thing it's force. Where is it? 2. Yeah, 2 steps away. I half it. Why does it not say that here? Please don't tell me I've been doing that wrong. I thought that if I was attacking from non-adjacent, well, it's weapons and equipment. Somewhere it says that you half the strength of the units coming in. I gotta look at that because if I've been doing that wrong all game, holy smokes. Yeah, here it is, right here. Infantry unit. It's important too. It's red. Infantry units attack strength is halved when attacking in a 2-half range. I was gonna say, put that on the chart, please. Put that on the chart somewhere. so that it's easy reference to know that that happens. Because I suddenly, after playing this game from 37 turns, had a brain fart and forgot, you know, or suddenly was unsure of myself that I was doing that right. Well, I need to be able to refer to something. So yeah, I'll have to say it's halved going in, or halved going from a distance. And that's infantry that's halved. It did say infantry, so that means tanks are full strength. So these tanks will still get 4 coming over each. So that's 8, but it's going into rocky terrain, so that's 4 total from those 2 tanks. Put the engineer down there and put the tanks up here and turn them. So that's 4 plus 8 is 12, and I need 18. I'd like to not use these guys because I'd like to go ahead and attack this with these and hope this doesn't need flanking or close combat. I don't want to mess around with this guy. He'll retreat. He'll be able to go back around the way he came, unfortunately. I should take this first, but I need the strength going in. So anyway, that to say, these guys I need. So here I need to get 18 strength on this. And I will have 4 plus 8 is 12. So I need another 6 strength. Which is going to have to be a naval strike. I got extra ones. It's the morning, so I have 3 naval strikes now. I hate to use it, but I have to use it in order to get the strength. Take this guy out. Because I don't want him there anymore. I don't want to worry about anything below me as I swing up. Although I hit this guy and I'll have to leave units here to keep that. Because my line's going to can't extend all the way to the coast. So I don't know. Do I just leave that unit and come back to him? Because I could get out of his field of fire too. I don't know. Anyway, this guy's dead and he is out of the game. Because I control these 2 and he can't escape. Oh gosh. Do I even bother with this guy? I mean, I have to now because I wasted a naval point to do those so that these guys didn't act. So yeah. Let's hit this guy. I've got 11 halved. I got 20. I got 11 halved. There's 5.5, 6, 9.5, 4.5, 5. So I got 11. I mean, technically, I got 10 coming in. That's not going to be. I mean, what could happen? The best thing that could happen is I have the units, or I have the weapons. I have them 3-to-1, and it would just stop here. Depth eliminated. And then disrupted. So that's what I gotta hope for. But if it has, you know, like close combat, it's gonna go up to here and it's just depth eliminated and it doesn't get disrupted, which I guess isn't the worst thing in the world, but let's try that. All right, I'm going 10 strength into here. I don't like going that little strength, but let's try it. Bazooka machine gun. Okay, so I have the strength, or I have the weapons, but I don't have the strength. So it's still 2-to-1, and so the depth is eliminated and the unit stays, but he's not disrupted. So not an entire waste, but not what I wanted to have to deal with. Okay, so now it's movement time. That's like those are the only things that needed to be attacked this turn. Well, I guess these do here. It's time to move in on these blacks. I can't wait any longer. But this 5th Division is going to get chewed to heck. I mean, I guess if I do drop below the reserve points, I think it's 14 reserve points. If you drop below that, then suddenly you can only have 3 catastrophic losses instead of 4. But I have 0 right now. And again, if anyone's paying attention, the rules do state, the rules actually state, unclear, that it looks like the step loss markers count as catastrophic losses. However, in a Q&A somewhere on BGG, Jeff Yost did state no, it is full units. So you need 4 units, not depth markers over there to be to lose the game. So I haven't gotten any. I've been good at pulling the guys out before they get hurt too bad. So maybe it's not such a bad thing. I mean, again, I have to do it anyway. I can't keep sitting here on this guy. But these, big strong positions do kind of scare me. I don't like my guys getting killed. Is that a bad thing? All right. So probably the best thing for me to do, because I have that intense fire thing, I can only move 2 spaces at most if I'm moving into or within field of fire. Best thing for me to do is to go ahead and try to get somebody close to the black so that everybody else can move in and go 2 spaces without taking muff fire. Although it's a hilltop. I think hilltop muff extends to 2. So crap, that won't work either. Alright. Well, I need to take these purple positions. That needs a radio and a mortar. This guy needs a Browning and a mortar. It's a hilltop. This guy's a hilltop, so his strength is doubled. Right? Yeah. So that means his strength is 6. Plus I'm going over a bluff hex side. So that is 11 halved is 5. I don't know that I can kill this guy right now. I've got the weapons, but the guy below him is disrupted. So yeah, I can't hit this guy yet. I gotta hit this guy though. So he is not in a hillside, so it's just strength halves going over the bluff. I've got 20 strength here, so it's halved is 10. I just need 12. These guys will satisfy it, although yeah, I may want to move a guy in to take that and destroy the artillery. Gosh, it is so hard to move on these black positions. Yeah, let's do this. This guy needs, okay, so this is 10 going in. He needs 2 more. We'll hit him with this guy, which is halved and halved again, which makes 12. I'll move this headquarters over here. This guy will get killed. He can trace communication, so he's still in the game. But this position and this guy back here give me the 12 strength I need. I have the units, so we'll hit that. And he goes back up here, and then I think what I do is I do 1 hex movement with these guys over into here, destroy that artillery, knock 3rd sector down to 9, and then move this guy, shoot, over into here. Heavy weapons up. Let's do this. Let's move these guys over here, and then my heavy weapons up on top of the disrupted guy, who can't do anything this turn, and then the other 128s over next to him. Got my 327s. We'll move in over here. Take this engineer. keep them with my tanks in case I need to roll through the rocks. Oh, I attacked this guy. I can't. I was like, ooh, barrage. No, I can't barrage this guy. I just attacked him this turn, so never mind. All right, here we go. These guys are already disrupted, so I don't need to use my tanks. My rifleman is disrupted. All right, so I need more than 6 units in heavy and intense. I got 2 here. 3, 4. 5, 6. Alright, now that's 1 hex movement. If I move another hex, I could take a hit. But then I get next to him. And then I have more room to maneuver everybody else as well. I'm going to do it. Let's move this guy into here. And then, let's see. Black is purple. Took a hit. Alright. So the guy below him will take a hit, but he can be immediately undisrupted because NCO. And now he's up close. So now these guys, well, let's move these guys in here, these guys over, and these guys can go here, which is not in field of fire, and then here, which is. And it won't take muff. These guys here will jump on top of the tanks because their HQ is right there. And I think that's the best I can do. I could try to move these guys down 1, but then they will take a hit. They could take a hit as well. And at least this way they're 2 away and they can be part of the attack that hits that black position next turn. Okay, I've done it. Moving in. Any luck, red will stay disrupted. And then I can just leave red and attack black next turn. Oh, my obsessive compulsiveness is kicking in there. Alright, so coming over here, we got to move in on these positions now. Now the nice thing about here is they're all steady, not intense. So if I go boom, whoa, boom, 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 just rolling right in. Leave my tanks there. My tanks can't cross over the well, I mean, they can technically roll up here along the road, so let's just do that. Now, let's keep them here for now. Oh, no, they're 3 away from this end, regardless of what I do, so I'll move them up here on top of the command post. Alright, these guys are 125, which is these guys, so they'll go on top of the tanks. My heavy weapons will roll along the road right there. And then these guys here can do 2 hex movement, not the tank, so you stay there. That's actually rock. I guess that's Rocky. So just one. Now this red does have intense around it, so that's going to be more difficult to get to. These guys will move in. These guys following. These guys coming up on top of the tanks. Heavy weapons coming in. These guys moving in to surround. And then moving right along here. What do I have there? Oh, that's my command post. I got a engineer underneath here. Whoops. These guys could technically move 2 spaces. 1, 2, destroy artillery. Because again, nothing left in Sector 3. So, coming back around to this side of the board, Japanese artillery in Sector 3 is down to 8. I'll occupy that. And then these guys will come up here, and this guy will come over here. We have 2 23s. And let's go ahead and move my tank along. Move the tank there. Get them closer in position to do some damage. Alright, just like that, we are right along the edge of Sector 3 over here, and we are actually in Sector 4 with these 2 units right here. So, that means that fewer artillery points will go over here, and more will stay over here. So it's potential those guys see, and then my officer there, yay! I can they'll take a disruption, and then they'll get undisrupted right away. That's glorious. All right, I think that's it. I got to recalculate my artillery. Japanese artillery. It's 1/3 to adjacent, 2/3 to its own. So 2/3 of 10 is 7, 1/3 is 3, plus 8 is only 11 points going into the 3rd sector. And divided by 8, so that's just 1 unit. And would get hit. Why did I leave these guys back? These guys should be moved forward. Where's the 126s? These guys should be moved forward too. Where's the 126s? Dang. I got a 126 there. Is that my hero over here? Yeah. How'd they get separated? I don't remember how they got separated. I'm a little jumbled up over there. Oh well. Yeah, I'm going to disrupt these guys sitting on top of the tanks right here. I'm going to put the tanks on top because they're not disrupted. Or would that disrupt the tanks too? That might disrupt the tanks too because it's one stack. It's not infantry on a stack, it's a stack. So maybe this guy right here, who's not going to be in doing anything anytime soon. Okay. And then over here, that means I have 7 points over here. Divided by 7, the NCO will take the disruption, and then immediately, or the officer up there, and then he'll immediately undisrupt himself. I don't have anybody hanging out on a limb, so everyone is covered for raids, and that is it. That is the end of turn 37. See you for 38.